So the energy's going to be different on this one, huh?
Yeah, dude, it's Victory Wednesday, right?
Unbelievable. I mean, I was pretty dour after the Vegas experience because it did feel to me like, hey, we gave our two best shots at it and we just fell apart. But after seeing what happened last night, I'm more in the case of this team just lost gas in that third game.
Uh, Inclined to agree, dude. We were harsh after that Iowa State game, but my hope has been renewed. At least for the short term. Honestly, hopefully for the next couple of months because the schedule really opens up. But what a huge victory! That is the biggest Syracuse victory in a few years. Man, that one felt good. It was nice to put a W on the board.
You're watching Domed In Cuse, the quick hit podcast for real Orange fans. If you love Cuse sports, hit like and subscribe.
Welcome back to another Domed In Syracuse basketball podcast. A back-to-back film session. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive a little bit into the Tennessee tape. We'll talk a little bit about our schedule upcoming and what we want to see from them. And then we'll also talk maybe a little bit about where we've jumped in net rankings, some KenPom stuff, and we'll just go through that because I think that's like stuff we're definitely going to want to track throughout the season.
Absolutely. And while it was nice to win that game, good Lord, was that a gut-wrenching victory, huh?
Well, I think we want to be positive, but we know it wasn't perfect.
No, but what a roller coaster, dude. Like I think in the same way you probably felt, like I was exhausted at the end of that game yesterday.
I was exhausted like 10 minutes left in that game. I was exhausted.
Seriously, but I think the season, like you said, like really opens up from this point forward, and I'm excited about what the prospects hold now over the next couple of weeks, and there's a lot to be excited about, right? Like Vegas was a tough experience. I think looking back on that, we're going to realize we played three really good teams. We called it out on X today. Those were four of the top 11 defenses in the country that we have now played in a row. Like that is a gauntlet. Like few teams, if any, will do that all season long. It's going to get a little easier from here, hopefully. And that hopefully cleans up some of the offensive stuff. But I don't know how we can't just be a little bit encouraged and excited about that victory last night.
And the other thing is you hope you can grow from that, right? Like you hope that what you get from having to play some of the toughest defensive teams in the country game after game is that you grow from it, right? And I think that one of the things we can point to that is different this year, and it's a real credit to Red because it's what Red has talked about all offseason, and it's what he really wants to make his identity, is we are a great defensive team ourselves. Like, I know right now we're like top 30, I think, in net ratings or whatever. We're top 30. But that's because we had one bad half against Iowa State. And I feel like we even have room to get better and better from the defensive rating perspective. And I think our defense is legit, which is, the one thing is in basketball, when your defense is good, it's going to keep you in a lot of games.
That's 100% it. And that's really what it comes down to, man. The defense has been elite early in the season, dude. Like we are an elite defense. We've played again for the top 11 defenses. We've debatably outplayed two of them now in this early season. Houston and Tennessee, we were the better teams in those games, particularly on defense. We just couldn't make free throws against Houston, and we won that game last night. Like it's really encouraging, man. And like you said, I wouldn't pay much attention to the net rating right now. Like we had one bad half, and we're getting weighed down a little bit by quality of opponent early in the season. Make no mistake about it. This is a really, really good defensive team. Like, and the athleticism is everywhere. And as we get into film in a sec here, it pops everywhere, right? Like, obviously the back line is Kyle Sadiq. I mean, Kyle individually, we'll see a ton of his highlights from last night, but just a huge difference maker in terms of rim protection and just being able to cover up for mistakes, man. Athleticism is it, you can be less crisp in your rotations if you have athleticism, right?
But let's also not forget the guards when you're saying that, right? Because you're right.
Totally.
The front line has been incredible, especially without Donnie. They're picking it up defensively. Sadiq's been awesome. Kyle, the human eraser, he's everywhere. It's awesome to watch. But let's not forget about, Nate George. I haven't really liked his game offensively. Defensively, he's bought
Exactly.
in. He's playing tough. Nate Kings was guarding Ament last night. Way gave up what 4 inches to that kid, and he guarded him so tough. He got rebounds. He played physical. I thought he was excellent. Obviously, I've been saying all season when Nate Kings makes shot for us, we're a different team. And it's really because of all the little things he does on the other end of the floor, because he's so good and Red trusts him so much that when he starts making shots on top of all the other things he does on the court, it's amazing. And then finally, when it comes to JJ, I'm going to continue to be hard on JJ all year. JJ should be our senior leader. He should really be, he's the captain of the team. He should be the guy we look to. And when it comes to defense and energy and intensity, this is the best I've ever seen him play in these last few games. And I want more from him offensively, and I'm going to keep harping on that. I want him to shoot the ball. I want him to score. I need him to score. I need him to take more than 3 shots and a half. But when he's giving us that energy defensively that he's been giving us, that's leadership right there. And that's really key.
100%, man. The perimeter has been almost just as good as the back line. Like, all the guys, incredibly active hands. George, Starling, like you said, I've never JJ's effort and just focus defensively this year. It is leaps and it's not even the same player on that end of the floor, right? And I get that he was carrying a crazy offensive load last year. He is so dialed on that end of the floor right now. I'm with you. We still need more from him offensively, although we'll get to it. But so excited that he hit those shots last night. He's bringing it defensively, and we're just so active at the guard position. Like you called it out, like Nate Kings, we just kept him on Gillespie and Ament last night. They're 2 best players. He was chasing Gillespie around the entire second half, like really limited him. 10 points, only 12 shots. Like, he is their creator. Kings is awesome. I think we haven't made it easy on him as a shooter at times. I also think that we've a little bit mislabeled him as a player coming in. I think we even maybe didn't do a great job of educating people. He's not just a runaround sniper, right?
I was just going to say that. He's way really better at everything else besides shooting than
he's
I
like
thought
a real basketball player. Like, he plays, he's a really good on-ball defender. He's a great defensive player. And on offense, honestly, he's better at using his shot as a threat so he can get downhill. He's really good at keeping people on his right shoulder and finishing with like an array of finishing moves to the rim with that left hand. And
still needs to make threes. He still needs to make threes, because you saw it last night. When he makes 100%. Threes, we are a different team.
It kept us in the game making threes in that first half. And yeah, man, I just really encouraged by the overall defensive effort. I know I strayed a little bit there into King's offensive game, but overall,
no, I like it though. We're just talking about the effort overall, right?
The whole cohesive game on that end of the floor, like, we are really good at one thing right now, and that's defense, and I can live with that, right?
Agreed. And then the other thing is, you talked about JJ in there and hitting the shots at the end. And I want it to be clear, my issue with JJ offensively is not him missing or making shots, it's taking shots.
Yeah.
Right? And so one of the things you'll see in this game is in the first half, he was over 3 with 3 threes. That is just unacceptable for me. However, in the second half, when we really needed him, he came up huge in this game. And he did everything he should be doing. He took 1 3, he made it, and then he got downhill. He attacked the rim. He was throwing lobs to the big guys. Like, he was doing everything we need him to do in that second half. And I'm really, really hopeful that kind of performance for JJ in the second half, where he showed us everything that he should be, is kind of what springboards him. But again, I'm going to keep harping on this. 3 shots is not enough and a half, especially if they're all threes. JJ needs to be our number 1 guy getting to the hoop, especially without Donnie. But let's dive into the tape. Let's not make anybody wait for the tape reveal here. So let's go into it. One more thing before we get this started too. Dude, credit to the fans. The Dome was fucking rocking.
So back. We were so back in the Dome last night.
Was fucking rocking. Hell yeah, fans.
Now you can see it here.
Student section, way to go, student section. Like, this place was jumping. I know we don't have the sound on for you guys, but like, this place was jumping. You could tell on the TV. You can tell when that Dome gets loud on the TV.
Its first possession's great, though. Kyle immediately makes a great recovery to swat this at the rim.
And kind of emblematic of what he did all night, honestly.
Also, how is this not a foul on the first play of the game?
Yeah, that's 100%.
He got hammered.
Listen, college referees still suck. I love this. Oh my God, I want more of this. Can we stop it right here? So this is something that I think, when we don't have consistent point guard and guard play, this is something you're not going to see enough of. And when we have good point guard play and we have good offense where we can just, run some things, this is something that needs to just be a staple in our offense when Sadiq's on the floor, especially when he goes back to the bench and he comes in. The second he comes in on the first possession, this is the kind of play we should run for him, right? Just allow him to post up against his guy, right? So here we go. We're going to pause it right here. He's going to come through. Phillips is a big guy. He played dirty. He played tough all night. But here's Sadiq is able to get to his right hand here, and that's easy. That's money all day for Sadiq.
Yeah, that's his favorite move, is that right hand kind of floater push shot kind of jump hook thing. And that was a really nice setup. I mean, he comes across, he asserts himself, gets good strong position there on like second half. That's right where he wants to go to work. Like, that's a good shot, And even the first possession of the game going back, that's what I need more of from Nate George. We didn't talk about him in the opener.
Attacking the rim.
And we'll get to it later in this. I need a hell of a lot more.
This isn't the first possession. This is 18 minutes.
It's our first bucket. But
yeah,
this is what I need. Get downhill, get by somebody, and make something happen, right?
Agreed.
I'm tired of watching so many possessions with him where just nothing happens. And then, bizarrely, as we'll get to it in the final minute of the game, assertiveness happened. But we'll get there.
We'll get there. So here, I want to pause it for a second. First of all, this is when they put Jalen Carey and Brown in the game, Dwayne Brown. Those guys are a little bit thicker. That hurt us. These guys were thicker. They're a little bit broader. And even though they're not that tall, our big guys are skinny.
This is the player type that's going to give us problems all year, right? Like, this is the one thing that we don't have a great matchup or answer for on the roster. Like, we're going to run into a few of these guys, but as you see throughout the game, like, it's tough to win throwing the ball into the post like this. Like, teams aren't used to doing this. They're not used to executing an offense around it. And typically when this happens, it ends up being the post player goes off and nobody else really does. And that's kind of what happened last night.
Yeah, because he wasn't passing the ball out of this. But I did want to call out, it is 5-1 right now. Look at the time on the board.
Yes, dude. Yes.
That's what this game was. This game was gritty, tough defense.
It's a rock fight.
This is a really good bucket by Carey. He worked himself inside. Kyle did a really good job over time of making it hard for Carey to get buckets. But I mean, he was able to get his in this game, which I think we live with, right? I think we're all, like you said, you live with that.
I agree. I think Kyle does a good job. One thing I just love about William Kyle is that he does not foul, dude. He is never in foul trouble.
He doesn't jump.
He doesn't jump until you jump, because he's the better athlete, right? And that's what he's taught to do. It's exactly how he should play the position.
Fundamentally, he's very good defensively. And here's a great possession. This is, again, like when we talk about JJ, look at this. First of all, good screen. How many screens did we show in that Iowa State game where they didn't even hit anybody? But look at how JJ attacks this screen. This is what there hasn't been enough of at times. Watch how downhill he comes on this screen. All the way downhill, fire the cross-court pass, easy for Nate Kings. When Nate Kings sees that first shot go in, he lights up from here on out.
Yeah, totally. Got to get downhill.
Here again, Carey just going to work. That's a great post move. You got to give him credit. It's honestly good defense.
Yeah, it's a good move.
Yeah. Carey was good last night. No shade to him. He was good.
He's going to score on a lot of teams this year.
What a great move that is. This is an all-time. This is what we were talking about underrating some parts of his game. This is it. Look at this. This is 1-on-1, 1-on-2.
Tough. That's a tough bucket, dude.
Little lefty laying off the glass.
Look at him grinding on Gillespie here, like just fighting over screens. Yeah, they make this, but
I was super impressed with Gillespie.
Gillespie's
I think he's a very good player.
He's an awesome player. But he averages 17.
What a block. Look at that. Look at where he comes from on this. Look, he's at the foul line when this pass is made. This is an easy turnaround layup, and then all of a sudden it's a block. Oh, my goodness.
He's just amazing at these recoveries. But going back to Gillespie for a second, like, he averages 17 a game. He took 12 shots last night. 12 points. That's just a great job. defensively.
But look how, right, like you're saying, look how hard we made this one possession for Gillespie. Look, he gets the ball. Nate King's chasing him everywhere. Nate King's chasing him, double team him. Don't let him get the shot off.
There's anybody else. And that was good. That was a great scout because that's what Kansas did too. And it worked.
And credit to Abram there for making a shot. Credit to them. They played good offense, honestly. They passed the ball well. They got the ball in the post because they knew they needed to. That's where they had the advantage. I give them a lot of credit. That's a good pass by Ament there. Just a better play by Kyle.
Yeah.
Here again, this is a good pass out to a shooter. Pass it back. That's good offense. I know he ends up getting the and one here. This is good offense from Tennessee, which is why what I don't want to hear is Tennessee didn't play well, or Tennessee was good last night.
No, we played good. I mean, that's good defense from us too. It's end of the shot clock. We're forcing a step back 3 off the dribble. At a certain point, people got to realize that the defense deserves credit. We're doing this to everybody. We're doing it to every team we play.
One thing I want to say here, this is something we'll learn as a freshman here, and a lot of it's strength. I mean, he's outmatched in this battle here, Cayenne, but you got to tackle him here.
Yeah.
Or just let him get the bucket, honestly.
That might be just to let him have it.
Let him have it.
That was a tough play, it was an air ball. That usually goes advantage to the offense off the air ball.
I love that from Cayenne.
Should have been another foul, but...
Yeah, but I love this from Cayenne. I want to see more of this early from him in games where he's attacking downhill, getting to the hoop. He's got a good game going to the hoop. Mix in some of the mid-range.
That was good, too, because it was decisive. He didn't start going, he didn't back up. There was no nonsense dribbles. He got downhill,
Yeah, good hesitation. Get
the guy in the hip. Move, and he went,
And a foul, by the way.
Yeah.
Again, here from Kings. Look at this engaged defense by Kings. And then Carey that's just a good bucket. Again, that's good defense by Soiree.
Yeah, not really, though. He can't. You let him get position inside the no charge circle. You can't let him get position down there.
Again, a good bucket here by Kings. Again, a good bucket here by Kings. I mean, he just was able to get to the hoop at will. I think he ran down in the second half.
See the difference here, the way Kyle's fighting him for
position. That's a foul. Now. I mean, this was an offensive foul. This was a clear offensive foul.
But just go back here for a second. Just hold on. Before you get there, the difference between the two big guys, this is watch the way Kyle's fighting him for position here.
Yeah.
See where he's catching that ball,
That's a foul.
Should have been offensive.
I mean, this is just a foul all day long. It's ridiculous. I think Dennis Scott even said, "Whoa," when they showed the replay of it.
I mean, what would you call that move? Clearing space. I mean, what
I mean, this is just funny because this is back-to-back college basketball. I mean, it's a shoulder. But hey, good for Carey if they're gonna give it to you. But the funny thing is, back-to-back is this is the next play for Syracuse, and the refs. I mean, that is such a travel. That is the most obvious travel of all time, but great job by Kings to finish again with the left hand.
I think a couple of these too, when Kings noticed he had Gillespie on him at times, he took him to the rim, which I thought was smart. It was size mismatch.
He had the power. This honestly should have been another foul, by the way.
Yeah, he did kind of foul him. I'm not going to go too hard on him about this, but tired of Cayenne not running back. Can't do that anymore.
Good pass here, and good job by Kyle here finishing in the lane like that. I like that little finish, that little pop shot. Him and Sadiq can both do that, and it's a good weapon for us.
Oh, it's great.
That was a good pass by the big man here. This is actually really good defense by us. We trap here. Kyle gets up on it, and then
we've rotated properly. That's just what you're giving up.
It's a good pass here by 6 to find him. Brown. It's a good pass.
Right. I mean, it's the right look. Kings came down. We took away the layup. That's just the shot you're giving up there.
Again, Tennessee. I thought Tennessee played great. What a shot by Kings.
That's a tough shot, dude. He likes that left side.
He does, right at the angle there. This is a great move here by Kings. Look at this. Get the guy in the air, duck under, get an easy bucket. I mean, that was a great move by Ament, and then he's so much bigger than Kings, dude.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna get a few of those inside, it happens,
This was hilarious. This was so funny. Kid's hot all night. Great pass. I thought Betsy missed that, to be honest.
I know. I thought he duffed it off the backboard, but
he was calling for it. It was a good pass. He was calling for it.
Yeah.
All right, so the second half, it starts. Tennessee immediately gets a bucket. The second half started a little helter-skelter for us, I felt like.
Yeah, it was. We were kind of all over the place to start. JJ
mean, that
hit
was
this
a
wild one.
Hilarious bucket by JJ.
And then we went on a little run here. I liked these Kyle post touches, actually. He had a couple
his post game is way better than I thought.
He had a couple solid ones. It's just tricky because you don't want to let him touch the ball too much because other teams should just foul him, you know?
Yeah.
But
this is where we did go on a little bit of a run, and the defense really turned up. Great job by JJ here, getting the steal, getting in transition. This got him going a little bit, which was nice to see.
Oh, this was great.
And then we got the alley-oops going. The dome was crazy. The dome got nuts, and the team started getting going.
I have a lot of things I want Nate George to do better. He is very good at throwing lobs.
This was incredible. Awesome. Okay, wait.
This was incredible.
Timeout. Call the timeout. We're going to watch this play a couple times. This is fun. This is the kind of defense we haven't had at Syracuse in a long time, since we were there. Look at this. Challenge the big man. Challenge the other big man. Block his ass.
Let's go. Get that shit out of here in my living room. You know, that's what that block got me going. I mean, that was awesome, dude. He was defending the passer, and he got all the way back to block this at the rim. Nobody is playing harder in the country than William Kyle. Honestly, there's not a single.
This is a classic Mello. Fuck out of here.
Seriously, it literally was. That was what I'm screaming in my living room. Like,
I mean, I'm sorry. I just can't stop watching this play.
It's incredible. I mean, he was everywhere. This should have been a layup. It should have been a layup.
And what does it turn into on the other end?
Nothing.
Not a bucket, unfortunately. Should have been a bucket. But again, good defense here by George. Again, I didn't like a lot of what George did offensively. Loved what he did defensively.
Yeah. And when we get out and run, we do look good. Like we've said it over and over again. This is what we got to do. We've got to find any way to play fast. God, Kings was just all over Gillespie in this game, dude. I mean, every highlight, he is just on his hip. Oh, bring it back, dude. We're not going to see this because this was actually one of my favorite sequences in the game. Right before this possession, before this side pick and roll, there was a free throw attempt. You could pause this. There was a free throw attempt out on the other end. Kyan comes down, whispers in Sadiq's ear, and he clearly tells him something. Obviously, he's going to pass him the ball because he knows we're running this play here. I just loved that so much. It was just maturity. He's like, look, I think my guy needs a touch here. I'm going to let him know I'm giving him the rock, trying to give him some confidence so he knows to be aggressive and look to score when he catches it. I just love that so much. It was just a mature play. We're coming together as a basketball team, dude. This is
what it leads to.
100%, dude.
Good screen here by Sadiq. Nice entry pass. Sadiq, love the right-hand push. He's electric at that. That's automatic for him, the right-hand push shot.
He's going to that right hand, dude, every time.
Great defense again here, but that was a good bucket.
It's a good bucket. Both these guys have good touch inside.
Yeah, Carey was excellent. And Brown. He was fouling like crazy here, though. Yeah. He just started offensive fouling, and they weren't calling it.
It's a big boy. He's getting position there.
Yeah, but he was...
This
was my favorite Cayenne possession. So you just had your favorite Cayenne possession. This was my favorite Cayenne possession. There's a moment here where he wants to jack this. He wants to. And that is growth. That is maturity. Yep. That is everything we want to see from Cayenne. And it's the kind of thing that he's going to keep getting better at as the season goes. Kyle could have even given him the ball back here for probably what was an easy layup. But he doesn't see it. And Sadiq ends up with an open three and hits it.
Yeah, I agree. Like, I thought he should have gotten the ball back, but obviously good outcome. I was I was texting. I thought that Cayenne's best game overall last night. I know the box score wasn't crazy. He just played a really mature game last night. It was the growth you want to see from a freshman who's had 2 or 3 just games against tough competition, man. And he really
the dome
showed
went
up
nuts
night.
when he hit this one.
Yeah.
And to be honest,
like he belonged.
And to be honest, he had what, like 10 points or so in this game, and he had a 3 in the first half that was halfway in and out, and then he had a layup where he pushed it a little bit. He probably got fouled on that one too, and he could have had another bucket, so he could have had to easy another 5 points in this game. And I thought he was really, really good. I thought his shot selection was good.
That's what he played really within himself. He helped us a lot.
That's just not a foul. I'm sorry. This just isn't a foul on Soiree.
It's not a foul.
He's getting elbowed. He's getting elbowed here. Look at that. This is a chicken wing elbow here with the left elbow that pushes him out of the way, and then that's why he's able to get body position.
It's not a foul.
Which I'm fine. If they're not going to call that offensive foul, I'm fine with that. But then you can't call the defensive foul on top of it.
Yeah, and this one we gotta have some help coming to the rim there, but we'll get better at that.
Well, I just think Kyle was exhausted at this point now because we couldn't really get him a break yesterday. Like this one, he blocks this one all day in the first half.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, that was right when he asked for gas. It was actually right there. It was about that 8:30 mark. This was huge. We needed this bucket from JJ.
We needed every JJ bucket down the stretch here.
And Kings again hounding Gillespie. Oh, carries. He is tough.
He's a load. He took it out of Kyle yesterday.
He is a miserable guard, I am sure. Like is just seeking out contact.
Great effort by JJ here. That was a great pass. George napped here. George took a little nap
George
here.
lost him. Totally lost him.
Great defense by JJ, but
and the biggest shot of the game.
Couldn't believe it went in, but loved it.
I was so happy for him. And then this next one, like, it was perfect.
I mean, last big possession of the game, you're up 2 here. You really need a bucket, right? Like, I mean, you want to stretch that to a 2-possession game, and the ball it has to be in JJ's hands here, and he does a great job with the ball in his hands. Like, this is everything we've wanted to see from him. I like the little inverse pick and roll to get the matchup you want with Gillespie, and then, I mean, that's just onions.
Yes.
Bill Rafferty onions.
You called that out perfectly. We started to run that guard to guard pick and roll action a little bit. We got Gillespie, the little guy, on this matchup, and he pulled up, like you said, onions right in his face. No hit.
This is something I do want to see more from the coaching staff. Is we do a lot of like traditional pick and rolls. I'd like to see us use more guys and screens to get advantages.
100%.
But again, just what a shot from JJ. What a moment. He hits 2 big shots here at the end of the game, and he wins us this game here at the end. So, this is what you want your senior leaders to do, and especially without Donnie, we've been talking about where do we go when we need a bucket.
Yeah, he's got to be the guy who steps up at the end of the game.
Because we've seen a lot of Nate George, and unfortunately you don't see the Nate George possession here. But we do need to call it out because it's just horrific. It can't happen from your point guard where you can clearly see that this is 1:11 on the clock, right? They should not get the ball back before 41.
No.
You should take a shot clock violation before anything else. Like a shot clock violation is a good play here.
Yes. At very least, just got to kill the time. Don't let him get like the easiest 2-for-1 situation ever.
This is the moment where I don't even care who has the ball. You just dribble it at half court and you take a desperate 3 and hope you hit it.
Right. Like, seriously, like, you've got to kill clock here. It's just like you've got to manage the clock. And I was baffled when he took that shot.
And unfortunately, you don't see it here, but you can see they already have the ball down the court, and you can see 12 seconds are off the shot clock, and it's 45 seconds.
They took it with a minute left. Like,
and if they had 12 seconds off the shot clock after taking it at 41, then you are automatically getting the last possession of this game.
Correct. Yeah.
And that's where then you end up with the situation here where they tie the game.
And get a 2-for-1.
Get a 2-for-1. Now you need to make a bucket because they're going to get a possession here at the end of this game.
Totally.
And then here at the end, I know that, again, they don't show it, but you get a JJ Kyle pick and roll here at the end, and I've criticized JJ for the not taking the shots, but this was the right pass in the right moment. He gets aggressively doubled, and he
Yeah.
finds Kyle rolling to the hoop. And, Kyle, you hope you get a shot up on there. He doesn't, but credit to Kyle, even with the hitch, he finds a way to knock one down.
When that one rattled around, I was like, oh no. I got to be honest. I thought there was 0% chance attempt number 2 was going in here. He hit it.
That's big time stones from him. That's big time stones from him.
And I know you texted me about it last night, and I completely agree. Why are we running this play to Kyle at this stage in the game? They're going to foul him.
Yeah.
And this,
great
we
defense
ganged up on him
Kyle.
here. Great defense, leaves it short. Great board by Sadiq.
And you know what? I'm also going to say, Kyle's energy and his physicality against Carey all game is definitely what helps leave this short.
Yes, dude. It's cumulative. Just fighting on the glass, man. The whole team came in to fight for this forward.
Great job by Kings there fighting for that, because he gets the push over to Sadiq, who ends up grabbing the board.
Yeah.
And then I know you had texted like, oh, Sadiq, maybe pass that ball out. But in that moment, I'm just like, hold on to the ball. Just don't give it away.
Yeah. And 0.7 felt like a lot.
And you love to see the guys dancing on the bench. Everybody's hyped. I mean, this is so different than what it has been in the past few years.
But there was still enough time.
Well, there really wasn't. The home clock operator needs to get it together here.
Yes, dude. Can we get the clock operator on payroll, please? I mean, let's start it on time. Maybe
and
early.
Also, real quick here. Number 1, if we watch number 1 here, he almost kills 2 cheerleaders here. This poor guy. Look at this.
Oh,
I'm all for court storming. I love the court storming. But my guy, we got to take care of the cheerleaders here, buddy.
Oh, no. He took down a couple cheerleaders and then almost got himself trampled, dude.
But awesome. I mean, we had a debate about this, I think, earlier today. I think we both love to see the court storming. I when we were there, court storming wasn't really a thing because we were a much better program at the time. But these kids haven't had a win like this in their time here. And I'm just a proponent of having fun. So good for the kids. It was a big moment for us. It saves our season.
If that's what gets us going and gets the fans excited, I'm for it. And I don't know, did you happen to see Sadiq's interview after the game? He called the court storming like playing in a dream. And that is awesome, right? If the kids love it, I'm fine with it, man. I'm so good with it. If that's what's going to help these kids feel like they're bringing Cuse basketball back, storm the court every time we beat a ranked team. I don't care. I'm pro storming the court. Totally. I love the court storming. I think it was so fun. I also think the energy from the fans in the dome yesterday was awesome, absolutely electric. They deserve to storm the court for the effort and energy they gave us last night. Totally. That was the home victory we've been starving for, man. And it felt
good. The student section was loud. The fans were loud. It was an awesome game all around.
It was. It just was nice to get a couple of the bounces too. We got a couple of the bounces to go our way, and sometimes it's just how basketball is, right?
But again, now I think when we look back on that time in Vegas, here we are with a 4-game stretch, and Seth Greenberg said it, and I'm a big Seth Greenberg guy. I love Seth Greenberg. He said it on the halftime show. These 4 games that Syracuse is playing is the toughest 4-game stretch anyone's going to play all year. And he's like, most coaches would never schedule something like this. And so for us to go through it, not only are we playing really tough teams, but we're playing like good teams. We're playing tough teams. You know what I'm saying? These are strong, physical, big, mature teams. And we are a young team for the most part. And to survive what we've survived without Donnie, and then to find a way to come back and win at home, it's excellent.
Totally. This was a huge gut check game, right? I think you could see by just we looked elated in the locker room after this game. It just felt like the guys got a huge weight lifted off their back. They just needed a big win so bad. And I felt like you could tell they felt like they were on the cusp of winning these games, right? And obviously we see it as fans. It was just really nice to break through and get one. And like you said, man, you look back at Players Era, those were 3 real good teams. We played very even for 2.5 games. And now really 3.5 games with top 20 teams, right?
And Sean Rosales gave a great interview, obviously, at the end of the game where Kyan was just like trying to take the mic. He's having a good time. It was like, that's the kind of thing of like, I think we tweeted this in response to Sean. He said, hey, what's your favorite part of the interview? And I'm like, how connected the guys are. These guys are having fun, man. And it's when they're having fun, I'm having fun. And it's just such a 180 from what we've seen the past couple years. Like the energy's good. Everybody's friends. Everybody's having a fun time. Kyan's hyping up every guy out there. And I mean, just what a game, what a moment for these kids. I'm so happy for them. And I'm happy because our season's saved as well,
That's the big thing. But I agree, man. We look like we just are having fun. We like each other. It's a group of nice kids, honestly,
it is.
too. It's just like it's a group of good kids. I mean,
who've bought in.
What's that?
They've bought in.
Oh, totally. They're bought in. And you could tell they wanted to win this for Red, too. You could tell they wanted to win this for Coach. And a couple of the guys said it in the interviews afterwards. And I felt good for Red. I think there's been plenty of warranted criticism for Red. He's the most hated man in Syracuse at times. It's not an easy gig for him at the moment. It was nice to see him get one. It really was. I was happy for him. I was really happy for JJ to have a moment. And it was, Kyan turning the post game into side talk New York City interview was amazing.
Amazing. Just some stats from the game. Nate Kings, he had 19 points. All of them came in the first half. He didn't take a shot in the second half. He played 36 minutes. We've had a debate about this. I think we need to find ways to give him a couple more minutes a game off. I'm not asking for him to play 20 minutes a game. I'm asking him to get 2 more minutes a half off because I do feel like, man, he was doing so much for us offensively, defensively. He got a little gassed, and we need him. We need him to score. So.
Yeah, I think honestly he kind of seemed like he started to play defense, right? Like he ran out of gas, was saving himself to chase Gillespie around, and particularly too if we're going to put him on the best guard every game, like that's a lot. That's a lot to ask.
And he split his time between Gillespie and Ament, who, Ament's a physical nightmare for him as a matchup because he's so much bigger and he's got to be physical. So, I thought Nate Kings was excellent, and I don't want him to lose minutes because of how he's playing, but I want him to lose minutes so we can get more effectiveness out of him. A similar thing with William Kyle. Obviously we're really missing Donnie, and Soiree had 4 minutes. He's 4 or 5 minutes a game, and I think that's kind of the ceiling for him. But we're really missing those kind of 5 to 8-10 minutes Donnie can give us at the center position. Because again, you take Kyle off the floor for 5 more minutes and he's only playing 30 minutes a game. And I think you're going to get the same effectiveness, but maybe you're just going to get it for longer and later in the game.
I agree. We miss, and even those Donnie lineups too, they spell Kyle. They also help us offensively when we go small. We're missing kind of that jolt in the arm. We really are.
And Sadiq, who we're going to get to next, he's good enough defensively to cover, kind of what we get from Kyle. And so you put Donnie in positions now where when he's the 4, he's playing with a 5 who's an excellent plus defender. And then when he's playing the 5, you're putting with a 4 who's an excellent plus defender. And you're kind of helping Donnie the whole way through, which is great too. Sadiq played 26 minutes last night. I would say that was his best game at Syracuse for sure.
I totally agree. I thought Sadiq was awesome. He just really impacted the game. He was aggressive trying to score the ball. I thought we did a good job getting him opportunities in his spots. It's like we were going through that Iowa State game and how many weird possessions where we just tossed him the ball on the perimeter and just like putting him in terrible spots for him to succeed. Last night was a lot different. We ran a lot of those side pick and rolls or cross screens into post ups for him. He got to work on that left block where he likes to go back over his left shoulder with his right hand. Like I was really good game from Sadiq.
And I think we both agree we'd like to see him in even more pick and rolls.
Yes. I think he can do more. I think he can do more offensively.
And I understand too from probably Red's perspective that it's not all going to happen at once. So fine. I get that. But, as the season goes on, I do want to see him, involve more in the offense, run more plays for him. The other thing is, some of the other stats that jumped out to me for Sadiq: 9 rebounds. Excellent job. 3 steals.
Yeah.
Just affecting everything defensively.
Yeah, I think we had 10 steals as a team last night. We're active, man. Our hands are active. We get our hands on a lot of deflections.
JJ, We know about the offense. We know he had a couple big buckets there at the end, which really helped seal the game. 3 steals. Again, we talked about his defense, engaged, intensity. There's a night and day difference from what that was on the other end of the court. And then the other thing, only 1 turnover for JJ yesterday. With how much he handled the ball, he only had 2 assists, but I thought he had 2 nice assists. And, one was a lob to Kyle. The other was the cross-court pass to Kings, which ended up in a 3. But only 1 turnover, So, again, he did a lot of dribbling and didn't put himself in bad situations. We're going to skip over Nate George because that was a disaster yesterday, and we hope for better. Tyler Betsy didn't play a ton yesterday, and I think that part of that is Sadiq was playing well, and it gave us kind of a better matchup. This was also a more physical team, which was a worse matchup for Betsy. I'd still like to see Betsy play a little bit more at the 3 if possible.
Yeah, I think we're over the next couple of weeks as the schedule lightens up. I think we're going to see a lot more of that.
Because we need his shooting.
Donnie. Yeah, particularly before Donnie comes back too.
And even with Donnie and some of those Donnie Sadiq lineups,
Put him at the 3.
Gives you a little bit more size too. So, and then Cayenne, 17 minutes. He had 7 points. Again, he had a 3 that could have fallen. He had a 2 that could have fallen. He got fouled a few times. I thought he should have got to the line more. 2 for 2 from the free throw line. And then 2 assists, 2 turnovers. So again, he played within himself, and I was pretty impressed by that.
Yeah, agreed. I thought honestly best overall game at Cuse. Some of those early games, the quality of opponent, I kind of toss him out a little bit. This was his best real game for sure. I thought he just looked mature out there. He really helped us off the bench.
So then the last thing I think we want to go through is let's kind of take a look at the net. And this is something that, when I was just perusing last night, I found interesting. So I figured it would be a fun thing to talk about too, because there's a lot of talk about, where we are in the net, whatnot. So we started the night at 92 or something, and we ended at 73. And I want to just show everybody that I think one of the reasons that for the net we're so far down is when you look at where Syracuse is, we've only played quad 1 and quad 4 games. So we don't have any of these quad 2 or quad 3 buckets. In our next 11 games, we're going to fill up some quad 2, some quad 3 games. And I think if you look at our schedule as we go on here, you're going to see that these games are winnable, right? So if we go to the Syracuse schedule here and we take a look, we've got St. Joe's, we've got Hofstra, Marycrest, Northeastern, Stonehill, Clemson, Georgia Tech, Pitt, Florida State, Boston College, right? And until we get to Vatech, which really starts the meat of our ACC season, I think these are winnable games. And you're going to be able to fill up on some of those quad 2 and quad 3 wins, which should significantly help your net.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's sort of like this is like beefing season for us. We gotta go on a run here. This should be a really, really nice kind of ignition to what should be like a 9-10 game run here for us. Like we've got a really good opportunity to rattle off several in a row here. Put us in a nice position, get our net kind of lifted back up. Same on the KenPom side, take care of business, and then we're hitting ACC season with some momentum.
And then I definitely think that's one of the things you hope, and we talked about it kind of at the beginning, that this is a springboard, right? Like you played some really tough competition in Vegas and Players Era, and I think you hope you use these experiences as a springboard to get better as a team as we go forward.
No, I completely agree. Completely agree. This should be a nice time for us to, again, get some other guys some minutes, Cayenne, Betsy, maybe Fennell, a little bit of time, right, against some of these lesser teams so we can just get them comfortable because we will need them later in the year at times, right? Guys are going to get hurt. We're going to get guys in foul trouble. We're going to need to be able to rely on guys for spot minutes down the road.
Agreed. All right. So that's going to conclude the episode for us. Make sure to like and subscribe, people. Make sure to like and subscribe. I know I didn't even talk about that till now, but please help us out. Like and subscribe.